Today's segment of Oh Brother is sponsored by Daviston Insulation. Visit them on the web at davistoninsulation.com to find out how you can reduce your energy bills by up to 30% and receive a tax credit in the process.
All my brothers are so southern, they'll get up for you for nothing.
Welcome into the Thursday edition of Oh Brother. I'm Will Lochamy along with Reed Lochamy. It's the podcast. You can catch it at ohbrotherradio.com or on iTunes. We record from the Brandon Brown and Country Western Light Studios. And Reed, it is 1 week until Christmas Eve, which to me is the real holiday. I mean, once Christmas comes along, it's like...
Christmas is kind of a letdown. It's almost like when you go on vacation, the trip to your vacation, that's Christmas Eve. And Christmas is almost just sort of like the trip back, where you're like, okay, this is winding down.
Yeah, now for kids, it was a whole different thing because you got
Christmas morning.
You got all the gifts, and then you had that whole day to play with them. But whatever, and it's a very special Christmas, Reed, this whole Christmas season.
Because it's a very Vulture Whale Christmas here on Oh Brother, Will.
That's correct. We had Deanie, we had Deanie from Dean and Company.
That's true.
The Christmas special, and yesterday, and today we have another member of Vulture Whale joining us, Lester Nuby. Les, what's happening?
Hey, how are you guys doing? Thank you
Wonderful.
for having me on.
It's our pleasure. It's our pleasure.
You guys have a show the day after Christmas.
The 26th at Bottle Tree.
Awesome.
And for anyone who does not know this, of course, the bumper music on Oh Brother is Wes McDonald, who, of course, is the front man of the band Vulture Whale. And what we're doing is we're having a different member of Vulture Whale in each Thursday for the 3 weeks preceding Christmas. Now, we're not going to have Keelan on the show, and he knows why.
He knows. We're not going to bring it up.
That's right.
He knows.
But we are having Jake was on last week, Lester is in this week, and, of course, Wes McDonald will be on next
Hey, and big
Thursday.
news, Wes is going to play the theme song to Oh Brother live in the studio.
That's going to be fantastic.
That's going to be awesome.
Brethren. All right, so listen, here's what we're going to do, Will. What we're doing each time we have a Vulture Whale member in is we're going to be singing some Christmas songs, and we're going to sort of do a version of the game we call Line Please. We're going to sing Christmas songs, and in this case, Lester is going to have one line that he's not going to know what it is, and we're going to stop singing. We're all going to be singing together, and then you and I, Will, are going to stop singing. Lester's going to have to sing that line.
I've got a feeling Les is going to do okay here. Les is a bit of a brainiac, seems to know a lot of stuff,
and
just in general,
professional musician.
Yeah.
Les, if you handed Les a didgeridoo, I'll bet you within 10 minutes he would be like churning out Beatles covers on the didgeridoo.
I'd be the Ricola man.
Yeah, that's right, with the didgeridoo. That's right. All right, so Will, which song do we want to start with?
Doesn't matter to me. How about Frosty?
Let's do that.
Frosty the Snowman.
Okay.
We all know this.
How much of this do we actually have to sing?
We're only
We'll
going to
see.
sing like the first half.
Because
of
I can say just coming into this, there was a hint that there would be some songs, and now that I'm on the spot, it's just not as funny as I thought
Right.
it'd be.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
it's going to be awesome.
Trust me, it's as funny. All right, here we go. Will, let's start with Frosty Snowman. Here we go. Here we go. And
Here we go.
Frosty the Snowman was a jolly, happy soul with a corncob pipe and a button nose and two eyes made out of coal. Frosty the Snowman is a fairy tale, they say. He was made of snow, but the children know how he came to life one day.
Yes, they do.
There must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found. For when they placed it on his head,
He began to dance around.
Nice!
Yes!
nailed it.
Nice, Lester.
This is already off to a much more auspicious start than Jake last week.
Well, we threw some curveballs at him. Those weren't exactly classics that we sang.
I don't know exactly how to tell you guys this, but did you ask Deanie the question I asked you?
We
to
didn't.
ask her?
Unfortunately, we had 17 questions we wanted to ask Deanie. We only got to like 6 of them.
Yeah, and
Okay.
the interview started out a little funky anyway, where the phone was cutting in and out, and I had already mentioned some stuff, and she clearly had not heard that and whatever.
Oh,
but
I see.
But what you're mentioning is
What I'm mentioning is that I had the pleasure of knowing Deanie since I was probably in 3rd or 4th grade.
And is she amazing as she sings?
Honestly, it's just completely unbelievable. Like her mom would be, the substitute teacher one day when a mom would sit in, and it was just, You know,
Dana Dean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you're just looking at it like, wow, this whole like school projects at her house. The whole house is crazy. I mean, it's crazy in a good way, where you're looking at it like this is from another planet.
Yeah.
But I'll have you know that at Century Plaza in 5th grade,
Oh yeah.
I was on Dean and Company,
Ooh, that's right. I've heard about
that's
that.
so
and
exciting.
we sang Frosty the Snowman.
Wow.
We did
that
not
is
pitch to
funny.
her that we want to be on. I'm going to have to email her and tell her we want to be on the show.
Yeah, very exciting.
Wow.
Les, we got to go back and find that footage somewhere.
I've
In
looked.
the
I
30-year
can't find
history, it's hard to find. Yeah, okay.
They've got it all, though. It says in the article in the Birmingham News that they have every single thing that's ever been recorded.
Yes.
They have it all.
That's right. All in Dana's closet.
You keep saying Dana. You should have said Dana.
Well,
Dana.
listen to her talk about it. It's Dana.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
She says,
It's
I'm Dana Dean.
And well, it was there's
Yeah.
there's Deanie, which is Leslie Dean Doherty,
Right,
and then there's
yeah.
the grandmother who was Leslie Dean.
Daisy
Right.
Dean, they call
Daisy
her.
Dean.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
All right.
it's
All
so
right.
good.
Let me real quickly. Did you read the article about Dean and Company in the paper the other day?
I scanned it.
You
but-
got to read it. It's
Yeah,
very
it's pretty
interesting.
awesome.
But you know, I lived it.
That's right. All right.
I lived
Next
it.
song, Will, is
Let It Snow.
Ooh, Let It Snow. Now, you know there's a Roll Tide version of this song out right now.
No.
Let It Roll.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I've heard that. The Let
And
It
I'm
Roll,
a
Let
big
It
fan of
Roll.
that song now that I'm an Alabama fan ever since they, became
Yeah,
number
you
one
were a
team
big
in the
Alabama
nation.
fan partway through the season, and then you were a Florida fan.
Mostly a Florida fan, but now once again Alabama fan. Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
here we go.
Oh,
The weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. It doesn't show signs of stopping, and I bought some corn for
popping.
popping.
What was that? Did you say porn?
And I
Did you just
bought some
defile-
porn for copping.
Freudian
Popping.
slip.
Corn and popping.
Will
we're,
just
we're copping porn
Will
on
has
her
bought
brother.
some Christmas porn.
Corn for copping.
Let's start over that.
Triple Xmas.
And I bought some corn for popping.
And the lights are on way down low. It better be.
Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight. That's the porn part right there. How I'll hate going out in the storm. But if you'll really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. The fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbying. But as long as you
love me so.
look at him go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Very impressive.
Les, you
Oh,
are 2 for 2.
The relevance of these lyrics right now astounds me.
I know,
Batting
right?
1,000.
I
Look
bought
at
some
that.
porn for copping.
They're copping porn.
Well, it's sad enough that you're buying porn for Christmas. It's worse that you're going to be copying a field.
Excuse me while I make a note to call grandmother again to not listen to this show.
All right, so
boy,
we
oh,
don't.
boy.
Unfortunately, we don't have time to sing another song. But just for the record, if we were going to, it was going to be.
Listen, I saw Mama kissing Santa
I
Claus.
saw mommy kissing.
Yeah, which there are different versions. There's most of them are I saw Mommy, but then of course there's Reba McEntire has I saw Mama
Oh,
kissing Santa Claus.
that sounds about right.
But here's the deal: I printed out the lyrics, and there's actually a part in it
There are
that
2 lines we can't figure out how to sing.
the melody is crazy. And I even went back and listened to the
remember that song,
song.
Les?
Well, I got. It's like, you know, even with Frosty the Snowman or Jingle Bells or anything, or like, I don't. You know the first verse, and then like even when
Yeah.
we got to like the second verse, we're all kind of a little off a little bit. But it's like, how long have we really been singing? I mean, do you really
Yeah.
ever sing the whole song?
You
Are we
really
out-
don't.
are we
That's
out
the thing.
caroling?
Right, this is my favorite
We-
part.
oh,
of
here
the,
we
of
go.
The whole thing
From the Jackson
yeah,
5.
let's see if it'll-
Yeah. Sometimes I.
I really did see Mommy kissing Santa Claus, and I'm gonna tell my dad.
Michael, I wouldn't do that.
You know, I'm a-
Joe's got a pretty bad temper.
I mean,
I wouldn't bring it up if I,
I don't
were you.
believe Michael
and the thing is,
Jackson,
if you
by the
know the story, it was actually the dad who was doing all.